guys, wrenches, and more wrenches. Now, I was working on my Nissan truck the other day, and I realized that I didn't have a regular set of end wrenches at the house in metric. Just SAE, which is, you know, pretty normal. I basically only really work on the race car here, my Harley, basic stuff. But I ran back up to the auto parts store and I picked up a set, and it got me to thinking. They've got some pretty nice stuff nowadays, rather than just Chinese junk. Well, some of it is Chinese or Taiwanese, but that's okay. What we've got here is Advanced Auto Parts on the bottom. That's your Diehard line. Now, these are the longest, and they've got the most aggressive feature in the open end. Fairly thick beam. That's not a bad looking wrench. 19 is long. Next up, well, that's Advanced Auto Parts. Next up, we've got the Powertorque lineup. Now, these come out of O'Reilly's. These are also not a bad wrench. I believe that all these tools are made by a company called Tanichi. That Powertorque line, and all their part numbers start with a GM. Is that a General Motors part number? I haven't been able to figure that out myself, but it could be. That's not a bad looking wrench. No features on this one though, guys. No features on the Powertorque. And up at the top, again, we got the Duralast. Now that Duralast, that is a gear wrench or a SATA wrench. I can almost guarantee it. But I like that open end feature. It kind of reminds me of the Protos. You know, one thing that's consistent about all these sets is they all skip sizes. Look at the diehards here. This set will set you back about 43 or 44 bucks. Now it goes all the way up to 22. And it's a damn nice set. Let's see. This one will get you 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, so it skips 17, no, it skips 16 and 18, and it gives you a 22. You get yourself a 24 or maybe a 27. You're pretty much done. I, of course, being the tool junkie that I am, and kind of OCD about it, I bought the 16 and the 18 off the shelf. Now we enter the Duralast. Duralast comes in this kind of a hanger carrying case here. Got a little handle on it. You can put it on a pegboard if you want. This one goes 7, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, and 19. So, of course, I bought the 11. You gotta have an 11. And I bought the 16. Now, speaking SAE, that would basically be your 7/16 and your 11/16. If you had to use these in a pinch. And when you go to the Powertorque, Powertorque also comes in a nice little carrying handle case here. That gets you 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, and 19. So again, this one is skipping your 16 and your 18. I mean, both of those I think you need. The 7 and the 9 I could do without. Now, all of these kind of go back to, you know, your King Auto Parts and stuff like that. Back in the 80s, maybe even back in the 70s, where, you know, I know that King used to be able to get Challenger by Proto there. They had them up on a board. You could buy whatever you wanted. I think what these guys are doing is these guys are trying to provide people with an alternative to going to Home Depot, or I guess now it would be Lowe's, and buying your Chinese Craftsman and your Husky. And they're giving you an alternative to ordering online and waiting. I mean, if you've got to do a job, you want to fix something, they've pretty much got a whole line of tools sitting there on the shelf for you. And they're not half bad. I mean, what used to be a bunch of Chinese junk up on the shelves, now it's kind of evolving into better stuff. Diehard I was particularly impressed with. Not that I'm a huge gear wrench or SATA fan, but there's really nothing wrong with that wrench. Guaranteed for life. Good featured open end. I mean, that's fantastic. Now here's something I found that was really neat. I was ordering parts from a warehouse for some machinery. You know, I am an industrial mechanic. I found a couple more sets that Lord knows I didn't need, but I wanted them. And this one I can actually justify. This here is your Proto ASD in a matte finish. This is an 8-piece SAE set. I'll get out the 7/16 for you. There's your feature. On the torque test channel, they proved that that open end is stout. And it's a 6-point. Now this is totally bead blasted, just like the old Challengers. Proto anti-slip design, and these are going to be guaranteed for life. To do over again, or if I were going to get another set, I would probably go with the polished, but these are going to work fine. This, from 5/16 up to 3/4, I believe this set ran $114. I mean, how can you beat that? Tool Truck will never even come close to that. And these are available through places like Granger, in my case, McMaster Car. I couldn't pass it up. That is a Tool Truck quality wrench. Every bit as good as something you'd get from the Mack truck, but that's Proto. And I've got the blue roll over here that I was very pleased to get for $96. Don't worry, that pouch is made in China and it might fool you. But inside this roll, we've got the Williams Super Combos. Again, Torque Test Channel just did a test using these, and these also maxed out their test fixture. These are just outstanding, and I've always wanted a black oxide wrench set. You don't have to go to the tool truck to get an outstanding wrench. Not that I don't support the tool trucks. I love them, and I love the service that I get. But that is a killer deal. And you buy something like that, you've got your basic set. This one goes from 3/8 to 3/4. It's a less than $100 investment. Next time you buy some parts, maybe you pick up the 1/4 inch. Maybe you pick up 13/16 and 7/8. You know, a couple of wrenches at a time, and you've got your full set. Anyway, just thought I'd share that with you guys. There are alternatives out there that don't involve the used market that can get you some nice tools.